Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I just wanted to do a quick review of the film Pumpkinhead. Now this is a little bit strange because this isn't traditionally the type of movie that I would watch. Um, we were at the Best Buy on Tuesday. Every Tuesday, all the new 4Ks come out. And I had gone over there to pick up Rosemary's Baby and the film Rosemary's Baby. And my brother was with me, and he had mentioned that he saw this film when he was a child and it really freaked him out. And I had remembered the title. I've never seen it before. I'd never seen it before. So it wasn't on my list. I wasn't considering grabbing it. But he was so enamored by it that I thought, honestly, I guess we might as well pick it up. So I went ahead and grabbed this. And I think that I want to talk about it because I was pleasantly surprised. And by the way, I'm obviously not the normal person who's contributing to this channel. I am going to be putting videos in here every once in a while. I think we'll just do it as a group. You know, if we come across something fun, we'll just bring it here and put it on the channel. So yeah, talking about Pumpkinhead, it is Halloween. It's spooky season, so of course they're releasing scary movies, and of course we want to see scary movies. So I just grabbed it. It is 4K. It did come out on 10/13/2023 on that Tuesday, and it was made in 1988. It's not the type of movie that I would normally go for. It's directed by Stan Winston. Now, Stan Winston is a special effects artist, and it's not the Star Wars type, right? He's not the special effects person who would do spaceships flying through space or things like that. This is specifically for creatures. He worked on films like Terminator. He worked on the first three of the Jurassic Parks, which is a lot of computer work, but he wasn't doing the computer work. He was doing actual physical stuff. He worked on Aliens. He worked on The Thing. He worked on Predator. Edward Scissorhands. He's got 4 Academy Awards. I mean, when it comes to designing tech, and I don't mean computer tech, but real physical tech for films, the guy's a genius. Right? He's done everything. So, De Laurentiis, I hope I'm saying that right. De Laurentiis, the production company, picked up the rights to a poem, actually, that was written by Ed Justin. And they decided it has a creature in it. I want to try to make this a spoiler-free review, just so that you guys can pick it up if you enjoy this kind of thing, and see if you enjoy it for this holiday season. Good. So De Laurentiis picks up the rights from Ed Justin, a poem, but it's got a monster in it. So they realize if they're going to produce this film, or at least distribute it, I don't know how much hands-on they want it to be with the film, but they send it to Stan Winston to see if he'll do the creature production for them. And he falls in love with the story. He adores it, and he decides that he's ready to start directing. So he reaches back out to them and says, we can totally do this, but I want to direct it. And De Laurentiis is actually okay with it, so they go ahead and set him up as director, and he makes this movie. The closest thing that I can tie it to, and this won't be exact, but the closest thing that I can tie it to is the old monster films of the 30s and the 40s. I believe if you like Frankenstein, and if you like Dracula and the Creature from the Black Lagoon, you're probably going to like this movie. And the reason I tie it to those is because it's plot driven. It is not the scariest movie I've ever seen. Right? It's just a monster movie. And it's not as scary as Alien, you know. It's very subtle, and it's very traditional. Now, I do have to say that it's obviously a little more gory than those classic films. But the gore level compared to what we see today, I don't like gore. That's why I traditionally don't go for these kind of movies, right? I'm not a big gore fan. I like to be creeped out, not made sick, you know. But this film doesn't cross the line, I don't feel. And maybe in 88 it was a bit shocking, but by today's standards it's not shocking at all. It's just really straightforward and just kind of a classic monster movie. So if you enjoy those, I think you're going to enjoy this. Um, it's a revenge film. It's got a demon in it. The demon is Pumpkinhead, right? Pumpkinhead looks for revenge for people. Um, and the monster's great. They do such a good job of putting together the suit, and there's a person in the suit, right? If you like old Godzilla movies, that's kind of the same thing, right? But it is a little more gory than that kind of stuff. But it's just a person in the suit, and they just do an amazing job. It's really scary to look at and to watch. If you've seen Terminator or Predator, any of those, The Thing. And by the way, those films probably are a little more gory at times than this film even is. But you know what I'm talking about having a person in the suit versus just having a computer kind of make this thing. The person in the suit looks great because it's right there with them in the shot. So it's pretty scary and pretty cool to watch. And just to say out loud, the 4K is great. I got the Steelbook. There's also just a normal slipcover version if you want that instead. I think the Steelbooks cost a little bit more. I don't know why, but I sort of like them. It's up to you, of course. They're exactly the same on the inside. Okay? It's the same movies, the same extra features and all that stuff. But it does have a lot of great extra features. So if I were to rate this as kind of a surprise, nice find, I think I'm going to give it a 7. You know, it's not the best movie ever made. It's just a monster movie, and there's a ton of monster movies, but it's really not bad. It's cool. So I'd give it a 7, and I think I can say if you're in the Best Buy and you're looking for a scary movie that you want to have, or anywhere you buy your 4Ks, I guess, even online, you might want to consider Pumpkinhead because it's actually pretty fun.
Talk about the special features.
Yeah, there are a lot of special features on this. Like I said, there's lots of interviews with a lot of the tech department because, of course, being that he works so much in the tech field, when they let him direct the film, of course, they used his company to produce all the tech. So he just chose one of the people that worked with him to be the lead designer for the film, and he took on the directing role. So there's all kinds of interviews with all the people that worked on the suit and all that stuff. There's interviews with all the actors, and they're really well put together. It's not just some person sitting in a chair. You know, I watch a lot of these special features because I really love them on all kinds of movies. But they can get very dry. Like, if you start going down the list, like the first one's pretty good, second one's okay, and by the time you get to the third one, you're hearing all the same information, and it's just some person sitting there telling you, right? Which is, it can get really redundant and boring. But they did such a great job of making these like actual documentaries. They're cutting back and forth between people so that they're augmenting each other's stories, and it's just really well put together. It's an excellent production. I don't know what company put it out. I think it's MGM.
Scream Factory.
Is it Scream Factory?
Yep.
Nice, good. Yeah, so a Scream Factory release of an MGM film, I guess. And De Laurentiis, of course. And De Laurentiis, I should also say, he's the person who did David Lynch's Dune. He also did Flash Gordon. So you can see the types of films that De Laurentiis normally likes to attack. And I feel like this one came out exceptionally well compared to some of the other releases that they have. So it's a nice find.